So today we have a battle report for you, a 2,000 point Battlehost game between the cities of Sigmar, Anvilgard, my Scourge Privateer, focused Anvilgard as always, versus the Hedonites of Slaanesh, Pretenders. I'm playing someone called Harley, and this is one of his very first games of Age of Sigmar. He's using an army that he has in 40k and bringing it over to Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So it's a Daemons of Slaanesh force mostly that he's brought over into Age of Sigmar. So hoping we can have a good first game, or first maybe a couple in, I think, at this point. But it should be a load of fun for the two of us just to get in. For this game, I've chosen to play with focal points against him. I think this game sort of shows you a lot about what Age of Sigmar is all about, so help him learn the rules and help him get some ideas. Definitely, he is new to Hedonites of Slaanesh in Age of Sigmar, so definitely any pointers you can give in the comments or things he might forget or might not know about, definitely mention them in the comments and give him all the tips you can so he can get better and better and we can see him back on the channel doing better and better. But let's get into the armies. Alright, so we have Cities of Sigmar. Not too much different than what we normally run here. We've got 2 blocks of 40 Scourge Privateers, 1 unit of 10 Scourge Privateers. We've then got the Charybdis with Felgaze, so -3 Bravery Aura, 3 Scourge Runner Chariots, and then we've got the Fleet Master on the front. He's also going to be our General. He's going to have the Anvilgard ability that gives an extra D3 command points at the start of the turn, and he's also going to have the Drake Scale Cloak, giving him a 5+ after damage save. In addition, we're then going to have a Sorceress. She's obviously going to have Vitriolic Spray. We've got a Wizard, Light Wizard there, and he's going to have Vitriolic Spray as well. And should mention, he has Secretive Warlock, which means he's also going to be a Wizard, and he's going to have Sap Strength. We've then got 10 Dread Spears. They're going to be sacrificed by the Sorceress. Honoured Retinue will be the unit of 10 Corsairs. And then we've got the Umbral Spell Portals and 2 units of Aether Wings to finish up the army, along with the Dreadlord on Black Dragon, who has Jutting Bones as his mount trait and the Venom Fang Blade on his sword. So we've also got, today we're playing Slaanesh. So we've got 3 units of Daemonettes, 30, 20, 10. They make up the battle line. We're Pretenders, correct? Yep. We've then got the Mask, I forget.
Infernal and Rapturous.
Infernal and Rapturous. Keeper of Secrets, the big boy up the back. Got Celeste, awesome to see that amazing model. 3 Fiends, Daemon Prince, he doesn't have it there, but he's going to have the sword, and a Chaos Spawn. And you've also got an extra command point as well, which I do as well with the Cities of Sigmar. And so let's get into deployment. We'll come back after everything's all deployed. So, armies are deployed. This is the Cities of Sigmar. So what have we got? We've got the unit of 40 Combat Scourge Privateers at the front with the Charybdis behind, and the 40 Shooting Scourge Privateers. They've got the Dread Spears near the General and the Sorceress, the Battle Mage back here, the Honoured Retinue there, all that nice little bubble, making sure everything there is working properly. We've got 3 Aether Wings over on this flank and another 3 on this flank. We've got the 3 Scourge Runner Chariots and the Dreadlord on Black Dragon out on the other flank. Across the board, all the Slaanesh is lined up in the middle, ready to charge across the board in a murderous rage. Not very Slaanesh-like, but you know. Keeper of Secrets, 20 Daemonettes on the far flank, 30 in the middle, 10 over there holding the objective, the Fiends, and the characters are all there in the middle roundabout as well. So, some pre-game stuff to do. We've got 6 dice to roll here. What's the ability called?
True Child of Slaanesh.
True Child of Slaanesh. Cool. 6 dice every 5 up?
Yeah, 5 up is a depravity point.
Cool. Go for it. We've got an extra 3 depravity points. Awesome. I've got some pre-game stuff to do as well for the Cities of Sigmar. I've got an extra D3 command points coming my way for an extra 1. So I'm going to start the game with 3 command points. I finished deploying first with the Cities of Sigmar, and I get to pick who goes first, and I'm going to give the turn to Slaanesh. So you can go first.
Casting value.
So Mystic Shield, who's casting this?
Keeper of Secrets.
Cool. So casting value is a 6. And you don't have to pick...
30.
Yep. Don't have to pick your target there. It goes off. Yep. I can't stop the Keeper. I'm out of range. It's the only Slaanesh wizard I'm out of range. So you get to pick which unit, which you picked the Blobber 30. The end of the Slaanesh hero phase, and now we're going to go into movement, and we'll come back once all of that is done. So, end of the movement phase, the Fiends have moved up, closing the gap between the Scourge Privateers. We have the Daemon Prince and the Keeper both go over to this far flank here. And in the middle, both these blobs of Daemonettes have run along with Celeste there, and the mask is just hiding there behind the terrain. They both run so they can still charge, and the Rapturous holding the objective at the back along with the other 10 Daemonettes on the other side doing the same for that objective. We're now going to go into shooting. Cool, so the Infernal Rapturous, she's going to shoot the dragon. Cool. So 2s to hit. And it's a 1. Of course it is. Any single shot attack that needs a 2 to hit always rolls a 1.
Yep.
Now, Fiends to start with. An 11 certainly gets them in. Just pop that numbers behind the Fiends and we'll go to it after. Demon Prince, he needs an 8, I think we said. 7, that's not going to be enough. You can command point to re-roll it if you want.
Do both?
Yeah, re-roll the whole roll.
Yeah, re-roll it.
Cool.
No.
And 4, no. So that's a command point spent. And then the other one here we've got is this big blob of Daemonettes. They need an 8 to get in technically, but you want something really big. Like a 10, that'll help. Good. I think the other unit's out of range.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mask.
Oh yeah, the mask there. She's going to charge.
No.
Not with 7, because she's going to have to go round.
Yeah, won't do it.
Cool. We'll come back with all the charges and how they look. So this is what charges look like at the end. The Fiends have charged here. They're all around. There is an inch between them as we've worked out, so they're all going to get to attack with all their attacks. And the Daemonettes have sort of merged around the terrain or jumped through that little doorway there and managed to charge in like so, tying up my frontal unit. I'm now going to go into combat and see who gets to fight first. What are you going to pick to fight first with?
Probably Demonettes, I reckon.
Cool. Daemonettes are going to go first. So, Daemonettes have piled in. There's 12 of them in combat with Scourge Privateers at the front. There's more than 20, so every 6 to hit is becoming 3 wound rolls. And they're re-rolling 1s to hit thanks to Pretenders. So, needing 4s to hit.
Yep.
4s to hit. Cool. Wanting 6s, so what do we got? We've got 1, 2, 3. Take out those 6s to begin with. And then everything that's not a 4 can get rid of. Rerolls, go. That's another 6 and 2 more hits. So we're going to generate what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times that 18. By 3, 18. Cool. We're going to wound rolls after this. And to wound, 4s to wound. There we go. That's not too shabby. And we'll come back with the saves for the Privateers. Cool. So, Scourge Privateers, these are going to be 6-up saves. We saved a couple. So it's going to be 12 dead Privateers there. Ouch. So to start with, we've got 8 Scourge Privateers into the Fiends here. So we'll start with their first weapon. Start with the Sergeant first. He's going to hit on a currently -1. So he's hitting on a 3 at the moment. Misses. And the others are going to hit on 4s.
Still got a hit.
Yeah, they're all -1. The 3s to hit naturally. So that all hits. And then, whoop, 1 dice dropped. 4s to wound. There's going to be 4 wounds so far. And we'll do it all again with the other weapon. Sergeant hits on a, what is he hitting on? 3s. Misses. Sergeant has missed every one of his attacks. Good job, Sergeant. And the others hitting on 4s. But this time we're wounding on 5s. So number 2 to the pool. 6-up saves. 5-up saves. 6 5-up saves to make. Fails 5 of them.
Yep, that's 1 dead.
1 dead Fiend.
And 1 on a wound.
Go Pirates. And then we'll roll the ones against the Daemonettes. So the ones against the Daemonettes, now 16 attacks into them. So the first weapon hitting on 3s. It's not too shabby a roll. And wounding on 4s with the first weapon. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. And the other weapon, so hitting on 3 still. That's not too shabby. We're doing pretty good with the hits. and wounding on 5s. So we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 10 armor saves all up on the Daemonettes. So 1, 2, so it's going to be 8 dead. Oh, yeah, 2, so yeah, 8 dead Daemonettes. Cool, and now we'll go into the Fiends next. So, Fiends are going to attack the Privateers. First weapon, 3s. Which weapon is this one?
The Deadly Pincers.
Deadly Pincers, cool. So 3s to hit, and then 3s to wound. 4, cool. Rend 1, so 6 upper armor saves for Privateers. We saved none of them. Damage
1.
Damage 1, cool. So 4 more dead Privateers, I'll put them to the side for now. Now you can go with your Deadly Stingers. Hitting on 3s, so 1 hit. And wounding on 3s, wounds, negative. Negative 1, so 6 up, come on, gotta save this one. Nope, failed.
1 damage.
1 damage as well, cool. And that is that. So this is what it looks like after combat. We're now got to go into some battle shocks. I'm going to automatically spend a command point and not take battle shock because I've got my general within 12. And what other Daemonette's going to do, we'll come back.
From there anyway, probably.
Yeah. So, thanks to Slaanesh heroes being around, the Daemonettes are also going to auto-pass battle shock, mainly because they lost 8, but it's also the -3 bravery being kicked out by this bad boy that's going to make them auto-lose models. So they are definitely spending command point, putting Slaanesh on 0 command points though going into my turn. Start of the city's Sigmar turn, we're going to see with our adjutant gives our general some good advice. On a 4+, we get an extra command point. Nope, we do not. She does not have any good advice, but we do gain 1 thanks to the turn. So we're back to 3. The cities of Sigmar, we're going to start with vitriolic spray from her into the Daemonettes. So we're going to sacrifice a dude here. That's going to give her +2 to cast. So we need a 6 on the dice, which we get a 10, 11, 12. You can't actually stop me. So they are not going to have an armor save now. We're then also going to cast Far's Protection from him onto them, from the Battle Mage onto them. So that goes off on a 5, goes off on a 9. I've got 1 spell left after this.
So might as well.
So you need 10, don't get it. So they are going to be -1 to hit.
Yep.
The unit. And then he's going to cast... What does he want to do? He's going to cast... Ooh. So, last spell, we're going to cast Vitriolic Spray with our Secretive Warlock here. Not Vitriolic Spray, sorry. Sap Strength, which goes off on a 10. Sap Strength, not Vitriolic Spray. 11.
8.
Doesn't matter what that other dice is. Doesn't matter. So they're also going to be -1 to hit. So what have we got off? They've no longer got an armor save thanks to Vitriolic Spray. They're also -1 to hit from Sap Strength. And then the Corsairs here are an additional -1 to hit them thanks to Far's Protection. We'll now go into Scourge Privateer or Cities of Sigmar movement phase and come back after all of that. So, end of the movement phase, Dragon Heroes moved up, ready to breathe some noxious fumes onto those Daemonettes and potentially make a charge for the backfield objective there. The Scourge Runner Chariots have moved up, screening off the objectives, and we've moved the Aether Wings out just to sort of give them a bit more position. Over here behind the tower, we've then moved all our heroes around, making sure that our general is actually in range of the commanding terrain, not like I stupidly deployed him. And we've moved up the big unit of Shooty Scourge Privateers, getting ready to lay some hail of fire on those Daemonettes. And over on this far flank, we've moved out the other unit of birds. Let's go into shooting though. So, start of the shooting phase, the Dragon's going to breathe his noxious breath onto these Daemonettes. There's 11 in range, so every 6 is a mortal wound. Oh wow, okay, 4 mortal wounds. He kills 4. That's not too shabby. So, to start with shooting, we're going to put all these... sorry, not all of them. 2 of these Ravager Harpoons here are going to go into the Keeper of Secrets over there. And then 1's going to go into here along with all the crossbows. So we'll start with the 2 Ravager Harpoons, one of which is the Sergeant, so he hits on 2s, but the other one also hits on 2s because I'm targeting a monster... no, sorry, don't hit on 2s. So Sergeant hitting on 2s, of course he misses 1. And the other one hitting on 3s. That's going to be a 6, so that's going to be D3 mortal wounds instead. But then we also get +1 a wound now, so now we're wounding on 2s. So 2 at -1 on your Keeper.
Yep.
Cool, so 5 up armor save on the keeper, saves neither, so it's going to take 3d3 damage. So it's going to take 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
I have the 80s.
Yep.
Ugh.
Nothing. So 6 damage on the keeper. It's going to be 6 depravity for you though.
Yep.
So the other Ravager Harpoon then into the Daemonettes, needing 3s to hit. That's going to be 2 hits, and then 3s to wound. They're not monsters. So 1, -1.
6 up.
Nope. D3 Daemonettes die. 2. So, and then all the crossbows are going to go into the Daemonettes as well. So the Sergeant will be hitting on 4s. Hits with 1. And the rest of the unit hitting on 5s. And then wounding on 4s. 2 more, no rend on these. Another 2 Daemonettes drop. So we're going to do 20 of each into the Fiends and then 20 into the Daemonettes. So we've got the Sergeant going into the Daemonettes to start with. He's going to hit on 2s. Oh, sorry, 3s, not 2s. So both hit, and then the rest of the unit will hit on 4s. And then wounding on 4s. That's not too shabby. Of course, since they're vitriolic spray, 12 just die. Ouch. And we're going into the other 20 into the Fiends. And so the ones into the Fiends, so we're going to need 4s to hit. Come back with all that. 4s to wound. Decent roll here, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 armor saves to make on them. Do you remember what an armor save is?
5 up.
5 up. So you passed.
Yes, I do.
Wow, good. I mean, you didn't get armor saves with the Daemonettes, so you're probably due a good roll. So 4, so that's going to drop another Fiend though. Oh, yeah, oops.
Because one's going to go down to 3 wounds.
Shooting, we've then got this unit. 8 of them are in range of the Daemonettes, so the Sergeant is going to hit. Not getting +1 to hit from unit size anymore, so Sergeant's just going to hit on 4s. Misses with both. And the rest of the unit will hit on 5s. So that's 1, 2, 3.
When they are.
And then the wounds, 4s. So that's 2 more dead Daemonettes, because no armor save thanks to vitriolic spray.
How many? 2?
Just 2, yeah. And now we'll go into charges and combat. So the only charge for me is the Black Dragon, so let's see what he gets. He's got a 7. We'll check whether that's enough to do what I want to do. So the Dragon's finished his charge and he's piled in, made his charge like this. This way we're going to be able to pile in and swing our base around to get that little pesky...
Enrapturous.
Yeah, the Enrapturous, that little pesky daemon there. We're going to go with the Dragon first as well. We spent 2 command points at the top of the hero face as well. 1 to give him reroll 1s to hit, and another to use his own command ability, My Will Be Done, which gives him +1 to wound. So first things first though, to start with, Jutting Bones is going to do D3 mortal wounds to the Daemonettes. For 2, so 2 Daemonettes are going to take a mortal wound and die. Right, so after some careful consideration, what we're going to do with the Dreadlord and Black Dragon, I'm going to put all my Exile Blade attacks, which are the Venom Fang Blade, into the Enrapturous, along with 2 of my Claw attacks. I'm then going to put all my Bites and 4 of my Claw attacks into the Daemonettes. So, let's start with the Exile Blade. We're needing 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Re-roll that. Nope, still a 2. And then wounding on 3s now, thanks to My Will Be Done. And his 6s are D3 mortal wounds. Wow, only 1. I'm not going to kill that in Enrapturous, I don't think. So, D3 mortals, don't do it. For 2 mortal wounds. And then I've got 2 claw attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, both hit. And then wounding on 2s. Both wound, -1, damage 2 apiece. So they're going to kill her if you fail either. She's dead. So that's one part done. So the jaws into the Daemonettes. We're hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Well, 2 hits. And wounding on 2s. Both wound -2, so they go straight through. 2d6 damage for 6. And then we've got our 4 last claw attacks hitting on 3s. 2 hits, reroll out 1 though. Or hit, well 3 hits, sorry. And then wounding on 2s now. Wow, only 1, but it's going to kill 2 Daemonettes.
I have to kill them.
It's not going to be enough, you're just alive. And you don't have any command points though, so they're probably dead.
Yeah.
And your turn to pick someone though. So we're going with the Daemonettes next. There's how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. They're going into the pirate. -2 to hit. So only 6s and they explode into 2s. So you're going to get, what, 6 hits there altogether, I think?
Yep.
The reason why they're -2, 1, because they've got fast protection on them, and 2, because they are sap strength. So 6 wound rolls coming up.
4 ups.
Yep. These aren't affected in any way. Well, your wound rolls had to be good there. So I've got 5 armor saves to make.
Yeah.
So 5 armor saves to make. We are 6 ups. Nope, fail 5. 5 die. So we're going to go with the pirates next. So we've got 3 into the fiend. So the first attacks, we're still above 15. So -1 to hit those. So the sergeant is going to hit on a 3, misses. The other 2 on 4s, so they both hit. And then wounding on 4s, nothing. So we need our other weapons to come through good. Sergeant on a 3, misses, and the other 2 on 4s. I'm not going to kill that fiend. And wounding on a 5. Wounds though, 1 armor save for your fiend.
5 up.
Saved, did nothing to it. And now we'll go with the ones into the Daemonettes, they are probably dead. So the rest of the pirates then are going to go into the Daemonettes. The first lot of weapons hitting on 3s. And then we're wounding on 4s. So 3 dead Daemonettes so far. And then the other weapon hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s. So 1, 2, 3, another 3 dead Daemonettes. We haven't killed them all. They're still alive. But they're in a world of pain. So we'll come back with Battle Shock.
I've got Fiend.
No, we won't. We'll do the Fiend first. So he can go next.
This bringer, so 5.
So 5 attacks.
3s and 3s.
4s needed because you're -1 to hit me.
Well, that helps. 6s do explode.
Yep.
And do 2 hits, so I get an extra 2.
Cool. And then 3s to wound.
Yep. 6s to wound is a D3. Let's make sure it's the right weapon.
So we've got to make 1 separate due to the deadly pincer rolling a 6. So this one is a 6 up. And we don't pass that, so it's going to be D3 damage. But roll the other 2 first. 6 ups on these, just 1 damage each. Don't pass either of them, so you're going to lose 2 plus D3. Another 1, so just 3 more die. And then you've got your stinger.
3s and 3s.
Misses. Would have been 4s, so would have missed even more. So we're going to lose 3 more pirates.
And the Daemonettes over here.
So lastly, we've got 2 Daemonettes over there going into the Dreadlord.
Extra 2.
So it's going to be 3 hits all up.
4.
4.
2 6s.
Right. And 1 wound. So we're going to have a 4-up armor save.
Rend 1.
Yeah, that is my armor save, red 1. 3-up base, and he saves it. So now we'll go into Battle Shock. First, so we worked it out. Thanks to the -3, all the models that have died, he needs to roll a 1 first for his Battle Shock test, and then needs to roll at least a 5 on the model's back. So first of all, let's roll the 1. It's a 6. That's the worst thing. All that explanation was worthless, but it was nice to know. And apparently a pirate's going with them. They were running, kicking and screaming. And the other 2 Daemonettes at the back of the dragon are just going to fail. Ouch. Which means the dragon will cap that objective. But you'll still have the center, so we'll work out victory points. So, worked it out. because he's Behemoth, he's going to score an extra victory point over there, giving us 5. And in the first turn, of course, the Slaanesh would have got 5 as well, thanks to the Keeper of Secrets being Behemoth controlling the center one. So we're both on 5 victory points going into priority for turn 2. You're breaking ties. Go for it. You got a 3, so I need a 4 or higher. I got a 4. I think I'm going to have to take this with cities to really push this home. This might be over quick, folks. So, start of the hero phase, first of all. Our adjutant's going to give us an extra command point on a 4-up. Does she have anything useful to say? She does. And we're also going to gain an extra one because this terrain feature is commanding. So we're going to gain 2 more command points at the start, plus our 1. Means we're going to get 3, putting us back to 4. We forgot to actually do Battle Shock for the pirates here, and of course, I would have just used a command point, so I'm actually on 3 command points. So let's go with some magic. Alright, so to start with, we're going to use him, and we're going to try and cast the Umbral Spell Portal. So let's go. Got a 10. Umbral Spell Portal is going off. That's my unlimited range. That means Vitriolic Spray can be board wide.
Yeah, I have to deny it.
So you've got a 10 there. So the thing with this is you can try and dispel Vitriolic Spray later as well. So
yeah.
Do you think the 10? But Vitriolic Spray is an 8 to cast. So I'm going to roll high on Vitriolic Spray as well.
Yeah.
So this is probably the better
yeah.
stop. I need 11. 11, got it. Umbral Spell Portal is denied. So rest of our spells then, we're just going to get rid of that Fiend. So first of all, we're going to use Word of Pain on him, tell him a nasty word. Doesn't go off. And then we're going to use Arcane Bolt from our Secretive Warlock. Doesn't go off as well. Cool. No magic this turn for the Cities of Sigmar. We'll go into movement and come back after all of that's done. So, end of the movement phase. We've moved over this unit here. So, actually, probably most importantly, we retreated this unit up onto the objective, so they're now actually going to control it. And then we've got this unit, Big Blob here, getting ready to light up that Fiend. We've got the Charybdis here, who'll probably attempt to charge, maybe if they don't do the job. And we've just moved up and screened off our characters here at the back. And on that far flank, we're just using the Eighth Wings over there as a nice big old, you have to sort of deal with us, or we're going to take your objectives. On this side, we've got the 3 chariots there lining up Celeste in their sights. We've made sure we kept this one here within 6 inch to make sure that this little cheeky mask here can't take the objective. And actually, we've got to move a couple of those models just out of her range. Completely forgot she was there when moving them. We'll fix that up in a sec. But then I've run the 2 Aether Wings over here as well, making sure that 2 of them are in range so the Dreadlord and Black Dragon can go off and do what he needs to do. Though he's probably going to, I would say, charge Celeste. Got a little bit eager and fixed up our movement here. We've made sure all these guys are outside of 3 inches of Celeste, and the Dreadlord's moved over here. We're not moving too far, just in case the chariots don't do the job against Celeste, and we're going to need to charge him to kill, but hopefully we can get into that Keeper and rip her up. So, shooting, we're going to start with the chariots. The Sergeant hits on 2s with his harpoon, hits with both, and the other chariots hit on 3s. All hit, so all the harpoons are going through. And then 3s to wound Celeste. Wow, that's not great. 2. 2 and -1.
So 5 up.
Save 1, so D3 damage, and this is one of the dragon. 3 points of damage onto Celeste. And then we've got all the crossbows. So we've got the first Sergeant hitting on 4s. 2 hits. And the other one's hitting on 5s. 3. So it's 4. Yeah, 3. And then add 2 in for our other ones. And then 4s to wound. So 4 no-rend damage 1 onto Celeste.
4 up.
Fails another 2, so it takes another 2 damage. How many wounds does she have left?
4.
4 left. Oh, we might charge her. The dragon then is going to breathe his noxious fume at Celeste as well. So on a 6 up, she takes a mortal wound. She doesn't. Right, so we've got all the dice. All of them are in range of that Fiend. Let's light it up. We're needing 4s to hit. That one's cocked. And we'll come back with the wound rolls. And then wound rolls. So 4s to wound. It's going to be a lot of wounds, and we'll come back with the saves for the Fiend. 19 saves to make, but we're just going to do 10 to start with. Is it? Yeah,
Dead.
Yeah, it's dead. That thing is a pincushion to the highest extent. It is absolutely lit up. So we'll go into charges next. With the Dreadlord on Black Dragon charging first. And 8, that's going to get what he wants. So we're going to park here behind the Fiend, not the Fiend, behind the spawn, because this means we're 6 inch from the objective, so we're going to get the double points there. As long as the Keeper doesn't kill my dragon, because that would be bad. But immediately after charging though, we're going to use Jutting Bones on the Keeper Secret. There's D3 mortal wounds. For 3 mortal wounds on the Keeper.
6 up.
Save 2.
1.
Yeah. Save 2, so 1 mortal wound. Cool. And then we're also going to charge the chariots, mainly because we don't want Celeste going near those Aether Wings. So we're going to charge the chariots next. So 2, I think that's a 7, so they're going to get in, and we'll come back with their charge. So we're going to start with some Locust Diversions here. So we've actually got 2 rolls into the chariots, because the mask is actually in range. So they're fighting last, finish to 6, and then your Keeper, come on.
Yep.
Got it. Cool.
2.
That means I'm fighting last with all my units, so we'll go into your fights first. First things first, I'm going to decline the offer from Slaanesh when we're Dreadlord on Black Dragon, as tempting as it is. So
D3 mortals.
D3 mortals for 3. Cool. I'm going to take 3 mortal wounds on my Dreadlord. And then we're going to go into the fight.
Yep. 3s and 3s, 6s explode, 6s also go straight through.
Yeah.
They go to mortal wounds.
Alright, cool.
And they explode into mortal wounds.
Yep, awesome. So 3s to hit. So 1, 6, that's going to be mortals.
That's 4 mortal wounds.
Yep.
That's 1 hit.
Yep. And
3 up to wound.
Wounds.
1.
Negative?
1.
Negative 1, so I'm on a 4 up, re-rolling 1s. No, 3, so that goes through as well.
So 2, 3, 4 total.
4 damage.
And then the impaling claws.
Yep. So the impaling claws, 3s to hit and 3s to wound.
Yep.
Wounds, negative.
2.
So it's going to be a 5 up, re-rolling 1s. Failed again. Damage. So we're now going to go with the Chaos Spawn. The Dreadlord's only got 2 wounds left, so Chaos Spawn.
6 attacks.
6 attacks. 6 and
11 attacks.
11 attacks. Oh.
6, 8, 10, 11.
Was this a terrible idea?
4s and 4s. Maybe not.
Oh, this could be horrible.
I missed with this one. 4s.
1, so I can't die. That's the most important thing. I can't die.
No negs.
So
Oh, hang on.
on a 4, even negative 1, I'm
Yeah.
fine. Whew, that was close. Celeste will get to go next though.
Yes.
So Celeste's first attack is
4s.
4s. Cool. And to wound.
I need 3s.
3. So 2. Negative.
1.
So 6 up on the chariots. Save 1.
1 damage.
Cool. That's 1 damage on the chariots. And because it's my turn, I'm going to pick the strike last phase first. And I'm going to pick both my units to go before Celeste's last attack. So I'm not going to pile in the chariots, mainly because it's going to bring them up. Mask into the fight, although do I want to? Is she actually that deadly? You know what? I'm actually going to pile in to bring your mask into the fight. So 99% sure this is how it works. If it doesn't, correct me in the comments. But because it's the end of the combat phase, the mask can't actually attack if I use a model because it's past that point where she can activate. I believe this is the correct way to do it. If I'm doing it wrong, let me know. So I'm going to pile in here with a chariot that is activating at the end of the combat phase. The mask can't attack because it's now the end of the combat phase and she has to attack during the combat phase. I think that's correct. So let's go with the chariot into the mask first. So he's going to be hitting on with the, what is it, 4s with the riders, and then wounding on 4s. So 3 wounds on the mask, no rend.
4
Takes a wound. And then the horses, 4s and 5s. Another 1 on the mask. 2. So she takes another wound. She takes 2 wounds from them. And then we'll go into the other chariots. So these are going
to the mask or
into the mask.
Yeah.
So 2 wounds into the mask. And then the chariots. So the riders on those 2, 4s and 4s. 2. No rend into Celeste.
Yep, 2.
Takes 2 damage. And the horses, 4s and 5s. So we need to get a couple through here. Can we do it? Get nothing. Celeste lives. So now we're going to go with the dragon next. So the rider remains unchanged. So he's going to be 3s to hit. All hit. And 4s to wound, but 6s do D3 mortals. Oh, there we go. In addition, so we're going to have 2d3 in addition, and then so it's going to be 3 armor saves, no rend.
Yep. Keep your secrets is 4+.
So 3, 4 pass. Passed all of them, but it's going to take 2d3 mortals for 5.
6 up.
Plus 2, so 3 more damage. So it's got 4 wounds left. So the jaws. 1 hit. And whoop, roll that. Nothing with the jaws. And we're only going to have 3 attacks with our claws. 2 hits. And 2 wounds. -1.
Oh,
So it's going to be 4 down. Just.
6 ups.
Oh yeah. So need at least a 6 here.
No.
No. So close. That was such a bold play from the dragon, but he does it, and that may be a big point in the game. So Celeste is going back into the chariots with, and now it's the big dude underneath going.
I think you might hit on 3s.
Yeah, I think
bottom
he's a
one.
bit better. Yep, so, and then wounding, 3s, 1,
-2.
-2, so it's just going to go straight through on the chariot damage.
D3.
Cool, 2. Just going to put 2 wounds, so 1 chariot's going to be half dead. So, counting up the victory points, the dragons within 6 inches of the center objective, which I now hold. So, we've got that back here as well, and we've got my own one. So, we're going to score 7 victory points, putting us on 12 to 5 going into Slaanesh turn 2. So, first spell to cast, go. Need a 7 for Hysterical Frenzy, 6 doesn't cast. And that's the end of the hero phase, I believe. So we're going to go into movement and come back after all of that's done. So you literally just have your Daemon Prince to move.
Yeah.
So that's it for movement, just the Daemon Prince getting ready to charge that dragon. So let's roll. Let's make sure it's not a double 1. Oh, there's 1-1 there. But he's in. I think the Dreadlord might be in a bit of trouble.
I can fly, so I go straight over, can't I?
Yeah. Version to start with. So 2 shots onto the chariots.
Nope.
Nope, neither on the chariots. The chariots are fighting in normal order. The Daemon Prince onto the Dreadlord.
Yep.
So the Dreadlord is fighting last. I'm assuming that's what the Daemon Prince is picking. It seems like the obvious pick.
I'm going to heal D3 on this as well. I forgot about that.
Oh, yep.
Cool.
First fight, we're going to go with the mask because she's got the extra D3 attacks. So, of which she rolled a 2 for, by the way. So
it's 1 extra.
She's got an extra hit.
I believe I done 3s.
And now 4s to wound because that was 3s to hit. So 4 to wound. She's got what? Oh wow, 6, -1.
Yep.
Yep. So 6 up saves on the chariot. Nothing. So it's going to be a damage.
1 damage.
Just 1. So it's going to be a whole dead chariot. With the chariots, so let's see if we can work something out here. Couldn't do what I was trying to do. I was trying to see if the second chariot by piling in around the master base got within an inch, but it doesn't. So we got 1 into each. So we start with a 1 into Celeste. Riders, 4s, 1 hit. And 4s, 1 wound on Celeste. He's got 1 left. Can the horses do it? We all know horses are best. 1 hit. No wounds. Horses can't do it this time. Into the mask, 4s. This is the riders. And 4s, 1 wound, no rend into the mask.
Yep, I believe that's a 5. 5. Yep.
Fine. And then the horses, 4s, 1. And 5s, nothing. Chariots did nothing, so now you can go free reign of whatever you want to do and try and kill my dragon.
4.
Going next, piled in, just trying to get a little bit extra movement, making sure those 8th wings are nice and close. So, first one from the left on the top.
Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s, so you got 1 extra hit in there though. And then wounding on 3s. So 4. Negative. 1. So 6 up from the chariot. Save 1, but that's gonna kill another chariot, leaving 1 alive.
It doesn't matter what I do, so I'm going to use...
Making sure, yeah. So just for note, this chariot is still within 3 inches, so Celeste is still in combat, most important. Spawn, because he's trying to kill my dragon with a chaos spawn for the lols. 5.
4s or 4s.
Reminder, he will get the cat spawn and the Daemon Prince. So 4s to hit. And 4s to wound. 2.
No negative.
3 up. Ting out. And re-rolling 1s. Nope, so I'm on a wound left. 1 wound left on the Dreadlord and Black Dragon. Can the Daemon Prince do a wound? So Demon Prince, Hellforged Sword.
3s.
3s.
It's dead.
Alright, they're mortal wounds there. Dreadlord's automatically dead. Sad. So priority, you got a 2. So if I get a 3, I think we can call it game. I got a 2 as well. However, I went first last turn, meaning I get to pick priority.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick it. I don't think there's much you can do at that point, because I'm just going to get so far ahead now. We'll work it out and we'll see whether it's worth playing, but I think this is going to be an early call here, unfortunately. But that's how the game goes sometimes. And that is where we ended the game. At that point, we decided there wasn't really much point in pretending. It was late in the night as well, but there wasn't much point continuing on at that point. It's sort of, the game was done and dusted by then, and with me gaining priority, I think there was nothing really Slaanesh could do after another turn of me probably taking off a few more of their pieces. And so we decided to call the game there. Sometimes this happens where the games do end quickly, and I think he took it pretty well on the chin. Just knew there were mistakes. His list potentially wasn't the most optimal list, but like I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of his very first games, and he's just ported over an army from 40k that is now in Age of Sigmar. So definitely give some pointers and some ideas on how he can go about making this army work better for Slaanesh in Age of Sigmar. But leave all those comments down below, please. Also, special shout out to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much, Central Guard Militia members Christian Weir, Philip Ward, Chaos Spawn and Soren, and our Free Good Regiment members James and AJC. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon, you can do so by following the link down in the description of the video down below. Thank you so much if you decide to do so. But for the rest of you, thank you all. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. But that's it, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.